We have heard about a secret, shh, don't tell anyone, this is just between us, a secret wild swim spot. Now we're going to go down there and check it out, but just before we do that, let me take you back to how this weekend began, because it has been an absolute whirlwind. Started off with an album launch, then we ended up going and buying paddle boards, then we ended up going to finding this absolutely amazing paddleboard water sports centre down in Castleton, and now we're just south of Bakewell. So we've just pulled up at this pub. It's called, just there, it's called the Farmyard Inn, and it is in a place called Yulegreave, and apparently there's a secret swim spot here. It used to be, according to what I've read, so it looks like a swimming pool. It's all been made like good because the farmers used to take the sheep into there to have a dip before they got shaved, but they don't do that anymore, so it's nice and clean. And yeah, there's a lot of this village. We've just drove through it, and it is not designed for motorhomes. Really thin roads, so be super careful if you do come here. And like I said, Sarah's just been into this pub and said if we could, we were going to be looking for somewhere to have lunch later anyway, so we just said, is there any chance we could now go and have a look around the village for a couple of hours and then come back and use your facilities and, you know, obviously buy food and stuff? And the woman, apparently when Sarah went in, Sarah just said that the woman knew straight away what she was going to ask. Can I leave my car here? And she was really nice, and she was like, no problem, yeah, you go and have fun, and then yeah, come back, and they serve food till 5. So we're absolutely buzzing because we're not hindering anyone. We've got a park up, we've checked with the owner, we've checked with the pub, and yeah, we're good to go. So we're going to pack some bags now and get ourselves down to this secret swim spot. So we've just arrived down at like the swim spot area, but it turns out it's not a secret. Yeah, it's quite busy up there. Not only that, let me just show you, it's not actually a problem with it being busy, but because we've had such a hot summer, if you look at the water, it's probably about 10 inches deep. So it's alright for kids to paddle in, but there'll be no swimming being done in there. Yeah, unfortunately. But it was the same at that water sports centre we went to. So basically they put boys out, and they've had to move the boys further back, and there was all like soggy soil that you had to walk through to get to the water because it's just been such a hot summer. But you can see there how busy it is. I don't know if you can see on the camera, but you can see how little water there is in there. So that's usually that square there is like a designated swimming area, and that's usually full of water. So you'd have just under a metre. So it's still shallow, but it's enough to, you know, lie down in. But there's literally nothing in there. Well, there is something in there, but it's a couple of inches. So yeah, walking up the steep hill back to the van. We're going to try and find somewhere else, because that's the beauty about having a van. Just go wherever you want. Oh, what a shame. Does look like a nice area as well. So if you are interested in coming to this swimming location, if you look for the church in Yulegreave, look for that red telephone box, which is on the junction, and then you can either head down that road, or you can head down that road, and that takes you literally right down to it. It said on the maps it's 0.2 of a mile from the city centre, so there we go. Holywell Lane. There is toilets down there as well, which is good. So yeah, if you find yourself in Yulegreave, go down there and check it out. It is a lovely spot. It's just a shame there's no water in it, or very little. I'm going to head back now to the pub, have a drink in there, and find out, see if there's somewhere else we can go. After our first failed attempt at Yulegreave, we both decided that we weren't ready to give up trying. So I remembered that the blog also mentioned a place called Mere Mermaid Pool. On arriving at Mere, we discovered an abundance of signs saying danger, do not swim. So with that in mind, we headed north towards Castleton with the hopes of finding somewhere to eventually take a dip. So behind me, this road now, this alleyway is where it cuts down to the wild swim spot. So down there is Castleton, and if you go down that road, that leads towards Hope. So if you look for this sign, and then head down this track, I believe at the end of here you come into a field, and then you follow that field along, and then that takes you to this wild swimming spot, hopefully. Yeah, I've got to be careful around here. We've noticed as I came down, there was a sign pinned to the lamp, so there's nothing saying that you can't park where we've parked. It's a side road off the main street, because literally the main street is just full of cars, like car parked up on the pavements, on the ledges. So it said that the Derbyshire District Council proposes to bring in the above law legislation act, and it's basically a lot of the side streets, they must have got together and signed a petition act to get people to stop parking. Now the problem is there is a lot of parking spaces for cars, but if you're anything bigger than a car, you're going to struggle, because I tried to get into parking spaces all the way along, into parking you know, like public parking areas, but they're just not designed for anything bigger than a normal sized car. So yeah, it's a shame, because this place is gorgeous, you know, and it's like it alienates people that have not got a standard sized car, which is, it's a shame, but it is what it is. What can you do, you know? I suppose if that's what the locals want, or if that's what the council want, then, you know, it'd be fun to know in these sort of areas where these legislations get put up. Is it actually the people voting it in that live there, or is it just a council thing? But yeah, it's a gorgeous place if you can find parking.
Is it? Oh, you in? Is it cold?
It's not that bad. Very nice actually.
Is it? Why don't you have a swim? Oh, have you? Yeah, it must have been at the beginning of the year then, when it was fuller. We see it. Third time lucky. That is freezing.
It's fine once you get in. Nope.
There's no point putting my shoulders underneath. It's actually not that bad after a bit.
Told you. Nice.
That tree one there.
You're in the sun.
No, I can't see the sun. It's the trees in front of me, so how can I be in the sun? You can't see me, I can't see it.
No, that'll be that sort of.
It's nice though. There's no point in me going any further. It's cold.
Oh, what a weekend this has been. Don't you find that the unplanned weekends are, or the unplanned events are always the best ones? We wanted to do some wild swimming, so I read some blogs online and I found one that was recommended called Yulegreave, but it wasn't that great. I mean, it was a lovely place, but they've got a lot of signs up now which say protected wildlife, So you must only swim in the designated swim area, which isn't that big. It didn't have a lot of water in it, and literally once there's once there's like a few families there, that's it, it's pretty much full. So yeah, maybe weekdays, more early mornings or late evenings would be best. So yeah, it's a lovely place, don't get me wrong, I'm not saying it's not a lovely place, it's just very busy, and obviously because we've come at the end of summer and we've had all that dry weather, I think the rivers have sort of dried up. So but if you came in maybe May, before the school holidays, if you can, maybe it'd be a bit quieter and the water would be better. But yeah, I would recommend it, definitely go and check it out. Just be conscious of your timing. Then which I didn't vlog, we went to a place called Blackmere, which is it was on a blog that I read and it was highly recommended. Legend has it that a mermaid resides there. So I didn't see no mermaids. All I saw was 3 big signposts saying danger, do not swim. So yeah, don't go to Blackmere with the thought that you're going to do some wild swimming, because you can't do it. And to be honest, again, because the water level had dropped, the sides were quite steep, it looked a bit sketchy, as though you'd struggle to get back out again. So highly recommend you do not swim there. From there we went over to Castleton, which is right near Mamtor, which was on one of the other vlogs. I'll put the link somewhere. I struggled in this van to get parking. They've got a lot of public car parks, but they're not designed for motorhomes. They're literally just car parks, hence why they're called car parks. Look, I was lucky and I managed to find a side street. I also read a sign saying that there is a new law being proposed on the area to stop people from parking in certain areas. So if you do go there, go in mind that you may have to maybe speak to one of the, because there's quite a few campsites down there, you may have to speak to one of the campsites and ask if you can have a day pass if you're not staying there overnight. I don't know when the law will come in. I don't know if it's a council thing or the residents are fed up of it. I'd say the residents are, at a guess, I don't have any evidence to back this up, but I'd say the residents are probably sick of all the people coming and parking, because a lot of them have put cones out. So that's just a guess. I've no evidence on that. So don't hate me in the comments if I've got that wrong. So yeah, it's a bit frustrating because it's a lovely village. I mean, I don't know, I can see, I have this problem where I live because there's a leisure centre nearby. They've started charging something like 50p for people to stay there, and believe it or not, that's made people now spill out onto the roads. But it is a bit of a pain when people park right up to near where my driveway is, because I struggle then to get this van on and off the drive. I don't like bouncing it up the curbs. I don't want to go on the grass verge that's outside because it'll make it a mess. So I completely understand those residents getting a bit fed up of it. But then again, you've got the argument of, well, you know, they don't own the road. It's not, you know, it's not. Even though I understand it, I would never go out to somebody in front of my house and say you can't park there, because it's not my land. It's not my, you know, I don't own it. They pay their tax, they pay the road tax, it's public land. There's nothing that I can do. Yes, it's frustrating, but you know, I chose to live near a leisure centre, as did those people choose to live in a tourist hotspot. So I don't know, I can see the argument from both sides. I've not got an opinion on it. I'm just sharing the questions that probably all yous are having. You know, maybe you do have an opinion on it. If you do, drop it in the comments, because I'd love to hear it. Yeah, so we went to that wild swimming spot and we only stayed an hour, just purely because I was worried about the van and I didn't want to take the urine and stay there for hours and hours and hours outside someone's house. So we ended up just going, having a dip, and then coming away and leaving. And that's it. That brings us to the end of the weekend, the end of the vlog. So I will say cheerio and I will see you on the next one. In fact, I've just pulled up at Betsy Coed, but you'll have to wait until another episode to see that. So make sure you subscribe, hit the notification bell, and I will see you very shortly. If you've watched to the end, guys, thank you massively. It makes a big difference. I love the fact that people do watch these videos, and yeah, a big thank you to you if you've watched it to the end, and I wish you well. I wish you farewell. I'll see you on the next one, guys. Bye.